The timing of the release and the eerie accuracy of its imagery turned the game into one of the most bizarrely relevant works of art in gaming history. And then Death Stranding 2 takes us full circle in Kojima's career by asking one extremely relevant question. Should we have connected via the internet at all? In a world where AI robots are making human couriers irrelevant and everything can be monitored and liked through the internet but with very little human interaction, have we actually ruined the world with too much progress? So, how does Kojima keep predicting the future? The answer is less mystical and more about observation. Kojima is, above all, a cultural sponge. He reads obsessively, devours films, follows politics, and has an eye for emerging technology. Instead of looking only at what's popular, he looks at what's possible. Think about it. In the 1990s, he saw that DNA mapping and early internet surveillance would reshape society. In the early 2000s, he recognized that the explosion of online content would create chaos and misinformation. By the 2010s, he was already exploring how globalization, privatization, and any kind of pandemic could fracture humanity. Kojima doesn't predict the future by accident. He extrapolates the present. Where most people see trends, he sees trajectories. And that's why his games stick. They're not just about action heroes and mechs, they're about questions society hasn't started asking yet. What happens when war becomes profitable? What happens when truth itself collapses? What happens when we're more connected digitally than physically? I mean, case in point. Critics sometimes dismiss Kojima as eccentric, indulgent, or even incomprehensible. And sure, he's known for 40-minute cutscenes, bizarre plot twists, and characters with names like Die Hardman. But beneath the quirks is a clarity that few creators possess, an ability to see where the world is heading, and the courage to put those visions into his art long before anyone else dared. And maybe that's why people call him prophetic. Not because he's a psychic, but because he's willing to tell the truths we'd rather ignore, until we can't anymore. Looking back across Kojima's career, one thing becomes clear. His games are less about escapism and more about warnings.